The writing is on the wall for Complex, man. But at this point, they know it too. Everybody knows the writing is on the wall for Complex. Complex is persistent and committed to ruining any ounce of credibility or relevancy they have left. They fumbled their relationship with Joe Budden and DJ Academics. Now, in 2024, though, right, they were able to make some very important moves, which is tap into the WL community and get tapped in with the relevant streamers, right? Convince them that they're still relevant, so then they want to collab with Complex. They were able to get a Kai Cenat collab. And beyond a collab, they were able to get Kai Cenat to sign up to doing regular content on Complex. It felt like Complex, a company filled with nothing but boomers. It's actually quite impressive that a company as out of touch as Complex was able to convince the biggest streamer on the planet, Kai Cenat, to do regular collabs with them. Like, how do you convince Kai Cenat that you are relevant enough to do regular collabs with? Nonetheless, they did, all right? But because Complex is committed to absolutely destroying their own company, they just ruined that relationship. But they ruined the Kai Cenat relationship in the most complex way possible. About 4 days ago, one of Kai Cenat's day one homie and day-to-day videographer was exposed for texting a 17-year-old girl when he was 20. Now, this was apparently a huge scandal, and it forced Kai Cenat to speak on it and pretty much say he's denouncing his videographer's action, and his videographer has been fired, and he's no longer associated with Kai Cenat or the brand.
She basically she showed me every single thing. I asked her to confirm the iMessage, to confirm the number. It's confirmed. All right, all that confirmed, and I'm just sick and tired of having to do shit like this, because it's like, damn, my nigga, like I don't know how people are not just seeing something or like an age or something and just saying and just stopping. You feel me? It was just some messages that it's some messages that looks crazy, bro. And it's up the whole day, gang. Like the whole day.
Kai Cenat clearly emotional that he now has to distance himself from one of his close friends. Now, in actuality, the situation isn't as bad as people want to paint it. He was 19 or 20 years old texting a 17-year-old. I mean, listen, it's illegal, but is it really, do it really rise to the level of he's a top perpetrator that a company needs to do a full hit piece of story on? Probably not. But Complex being Complex and just having zero self-awareness whatsoever decided they was going to do a piece on this. Now, you would think that if one of your biggest collaborators is crying his eyes out, speaking on this situation, it's probably too sensitive for you guys to touch on, especially if this isn't even your demographic. Like, your audience don't care about Kai Cenat and the drama going on with one of his editors, bro. Like, your audience isn't this. But nonetheless, though, you've attached yourself to Kai Cenat, cool. But them going out of their way to cover this issue when they didn't have to isn't the worst part about this. Is them going out of their way to cover this issue while still being out of touch, unaware of what's going on, making multiple errors that not only threw Kai Cenat under the bus, but threw people around Kai Cenat that had nothing to do with the situation. The first clue that Complex and their boomer platform had no business covering this particular story was when Complex confused who the perpetrator was. They included a picture of Kai Cenat and AMP Chris, and then labeled AMP Chris as the perpetrator who was texting a 17-year-old girl, when that's not the case, right? The person who was doing it was Chris V. Now, Complex would know this if they were actually tapped in and not just writing stories to clip form and get engagement, right? You see, Complex had nobody in the building who knew what AMP Kai Cenat or anybody adjacent to AMP was, but they decided they were still going to cover it even though they had no business doing so, right? So when you accuse a guy of texting a 17-year-old and it's not him, you're going to have some issues. The Chris that had nothing to do with this will send Complex a message on Twitter where he will say, Complex, delete this pic of me right now, ninja, and take down this article, do research before you type something up. Ish, not cool. To make a mistake that big is just inexcusable. This is the same company who goes on their high horse and says how academics don't got no credibility and grills academics in their Complex rankings, but then they do this. This is the top tier journalism. There's no excuse. Yo, if I was Chris, not the Chris V, right? If I was AMP Chris, yo, I will be on the phone with my lawyer so fast, bro. Like, I will literally own half a complex by the time I'm done. But it looks like Chris may be on the type of timing that I'm on. It looks like he may be suing Complex, right? Because he would take to, his stream to sort of hint towards legal remedies for what Complex did. And he would also say that Kai Cenat is absolutely done working with Complex in the near future.
Kai already saying you don't want to do shit with y'all niggas no more, bro. I know y'all probably wasn't gonna do shit with me. Let's be real, y'all called me the cameraman. But like, it's like for real, bro. It's crazy. But look, man, Complex, we do have lawyers looking over shit. Shit will be dealt with. Shit will be fucking dealt with, for real.
AKA they getting sued, which they should have. Because imagine somebody Google AMP Chris and then that pops up now, right? Like the Complex article pops up with his face on it. Now, luckily for Complex, fortunately for them, they took it down almost immediately once Chris spoke up and said it wasn't him. They took it down. But nonetheless, making a mistake that gross is inexcusable. It should never, ever, ever, ever in life happen. Well, Chris, he spoke for Kai because Kai at the time hadn't really spoken up yet, but Kai will take to his live stream to confirm that it's over with for Complex. That is done, right? That he's canceling all their future projects, all their future video collabs. It's over with.
First it was IGN, and now it had to be dumbass Complex, my nigga. Complex, you are so... Yo, the writers at Complex, let me say something real quick. I don't know what y'all got going on. I don't know what y'all got going on. Complex, y'all was the first ones to do my magazine shoot. Y'all was the first one to have me involved with a lot of shit with Complex. Y'all are the top when it comes to interviews. Y'all niggas do sneaker shopping videos, the most popular shits on the internet. Y'all niggas do everything collabing from artists, athletes, content creators, whatever it is. Y'all had the nerve to put out a false article about one of the AMP members, and all you had to do was do 30 seconds of research. Hey, bro, listen to me. Chris Next Door ain't do shit. He's not part of any situations. He ain't do shit. He's one of the quietest. When you talk about Chris Next Door, he's literally minding his business. He don't do shit.
That's the thing, though. It's 30 seconds of research if you are tapped in. It's 30 seconds of research, right, if you even know what's going on. But if you are an old, antiquated company filled with nothing but boomers who are creating rankings and doing articles, then this is out of their depths. And that's okay. You shouldn't cover everything, all right? I'm not covering astrophysics, all right? Because I don't understand it. It's out of my depths, all right? That's not my audience. Complex is so desperate for this new audience to like to come off as fresh and new, and no, bruh. Cover boomer activities, yo. All right, let us know about the new Slim Shady album. Cover that. Leave the WL community out of it, bro. Y'all don't understand it, right? Now, Kai would just outright confirm that he's done. Finito, right? He's cutting off Complex's water, man.
He has yet to even come on y'all platform. He has yet to even do a lot of shits within his personal lane, my nigga. So for y'all niggas to do that is absolutely crazy. And I know we have a lot of shit that we were supposed to do in the future, Complex. There's a lot of shit that y'all wanted me for. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that tie right there, bro. Just because a dumbass who wrote an article and him being my mans, bro, I'm not working with you. I ain't doing shit with Complex until further notice, nigga.
You have to sit back and just think. Do Complex love misery? Like, do Complex love failure, bruh? Right? And it's kind of sad, too, to see the legends, like, go out like this loudly, right? To see their misery and despair this loudly it's kind of sad. Like, Complex needs to just go away silently, right? Because you ask yourself, do Complex love misery? Because, like, they're literally choosing to prioritize their blogs and articles over their relationships, right? Like, for example, like, they just burnt a bridge with DJ Academics because during the rankings, right, the top 25 rankings, they decided to go out of their way to write a hit piece because whoever was writing the article was upset they had to name academics the #1 hip-hop media personalities of 2024. So they just pretty much wrote a hit piece, right? Call him not credible, call him a liar, like brought up cases that are unsubstantiated. So academics so complex F y'all. And now y'all burning bridges with Kai Cenat, who's the biggest streamer on the planet. Ak is the biggest streamer in hip-hop. Kai Cenat is the biggest streamer on the planet. It's almost as if they're doing this on purpose and trying to self-sabotage on purpose. It doesn't make sense. Now, I do know that Complex did like sell themselves to a larger conglomerate. So maybe like the people who was in the corporate world just don't understand the culture or got a pulse on the culture and they still think what they're doing is the way to go. But this is just absolutely stupid and dumb. I hope Complex gets sued. All right. I hope Chris takes them for everything they got. Take it all. Good riddance. All right. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. What do you guys think about this? All right. And if you're still watching, click on this video somewhere on my screen to find out why Brick Baby's homies just betrayed him for saying this on No Jumper. Click on this video here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.